Okay, welcome. So today we are going to teach on lists and we are going to teach on anchor and images, right? So go watch my previous video on how to do headings and paragraphs. Okay. All right. So let's get started. I'm going to use heading 1, H1. Okay. So before we start, I want to teach on block line elements and inline elements. So I've already explained what elements are. So what are block line elements? Block line elements are elements that by the time you use them, it will always lead you to the next line. But inline elements are elements that when you use them, you can still remain on that same line. So um, I'm going to show you using on the website. Okay, so we have several block line elements. All the headers are block line elements. The paragraph is a block line element. Then we have an inline element which is span. So let me just use span and show you. Okay, so this on my lifesaver. Okay, so but birthday preparation and then gonna be interesting. So this span, because it's an inline, the gonna be interesting is on the same line with the birthday preparation. If it was a block line element, the gonna be interesting is going to start from a new line. Okay, so that's the difference between block line and inline, block elements and inline elements. Okay, so so I'm using H3 here. All right. Okay, so today I'm going to be teaching on lists. Okay, we have several types of lists. We have ordered lists, we have unordered lists, and we have description. Okay, so in ordered lists are lists that have to do with um, numberings. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so ordered list is represented by the element OL. Okay, so OL, and then when you have done OL, you are going to use LI to for each particular part of the list. Okay, so these are the things I'm going to be doing for my birthday. Okay, Okay, that's right. So let's see it on the website. Okay, so these are list 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's how ordered list works. You use OL, then the OL contains list. Okay, so let's see on ordered lists. Okay, okay. So on ordered lists are represented by UL, right? So once again, I'm going to use list. Okay. Okay. So let's see how that looks like. Okay. So this is the difference between ordered lists and unordered lists. Okay. Then um in HTML, you're also allowed to make a list inside of a list. Okay. So let me show that here. So inside of under this finalize deal with my client, I'm going to make another list. So let me use UL, then LI. Okay. Okay, so this is a list inside of a list. Okay, so this is how it looks like on my website. All right. Okay, so if you have followed me so far, you should have gotten ordered lists and unordered lists. Okay, so the next thing we are going to be doing here is description list. Okay, so description list um is used um when you want to speak about, maybe you want to give a name and then you give the value of the name. So you want to use a value to describe a thing. Okay, so let me show it here so you could see. So we have, it's called, the element is DL. Okay, so one thing you would have noticed is that all these are block elements because they are always producing a new line. Okay, so all these are block elements. All right. Okay, so description list. So in the description list we have DT, which is the thing being described. Okay, so let's use name, and then we have DD, right? Okay, so DD will now be the value of the description. So we are using this here. Okay, so this is it on our website, the name and the description. All right. Okay, now I spoke about attributes. Attributes are used to describe elements. Okay, so if I want to explain something, in an element, I can use attributes. So I'm going to be using some of them here. Okay, so in this my ordered list, I want the numberings to start from a particular number. I don't want to start from 1, I want to start from 7. Right? So I'm going to use the start attribute. So start is equal to 7. Okay. So if you look at my website here, instead of 1, 2, 3, we are going to have 7, 8, 9. So that's the start. Another thing you could do to your ordered list is to use reversed. Okay. So reversed is going to make it, instead of 1, 2, 3 or 7, 8, 9, to become the inverse. Okay. So it will be going backwards. Right? So look at it here. Instead of 7, 8, 9 is going backwards, 7, 6, 5. Okay, so that's an attribute you could use for your list. Okay. Then on this list here, I can also decide to give it a value. So I could give it a value of 3. So once I give it that value of 3, what it means is going to have the number 3, irrespective of what it ought to have normally. Okay, so we are going to have 7, 6, 3. Okay, so that's for attributes. Right. Okay, so if you have followed me so far, then by now you should have understood lists. Now let's look at my website. Okay, so this is my website. I want to put a title to my website. So if you look here, it's showing 127 dots, okay, slash index.html, but I want to give it a title. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to put title. Remember our meta tag. So I'm going to put title here. Title. Okay, so I should call it birthday preparations. Okay, so let me come and see it here. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so can you see it up here? The name of my the title of my website now is birthday preparations. Okay, that's wonderful. Now we'll move into images. So in case you want to put an image into your website, that's what we are going to learn now. Okay, so for us to put image into our website, we are going to use the image element. Right. Okay, so this is the image element. Now so far you must have observed that most elements require opening and closing. For example, you look at this dd here, is being closed here by this other dd, a slash and then a dd. So most elements require that closing tag. Now some elements are empty tags, which means they do not require closing tag, and image is one of them. Okay, so this image is not going to require this. It's not going to require this slash image. Okay, so now this image is going to have some attributes. So the first one is the source of the image, that's src. So in this place, I'm going to put the source of my image, src is equal to, so I put the name of the image I want, image.jpg, and then, so that's the source of the image. Okay, so but before here, this image.jpg, for it to be able to show on your website, you must have it in the folder. Okay, so for you to do that, you go to your file manager. Okay, then pick the image from wherever it is. So this is the image I wanted. You can copy it, then move to the folder that's the new folder that holds your document. Okay, then make sure you paste it here. I've already done mine. Make sure you paste it in your new folder. That's the name of the folder of this document, of this code. So make sure it's saved there. So I saved mine as image.jpg. So whatever it is that you saved it is what you are going to call the source. All right, so another attribute we have in image is alt, that's alternative. Okay, so the alternative I'm going to be using here is picture. So what is alternative? Alternative alt is useful so that in case in your website, in case the image was not able to load, then what you use as alt is what we show as instead of the image. Okay, so this is the image. Okay, so that's how you use image. That's how you put image on your website. Then next thing I want to show you is how to put a favicon on your website. So favicon, what's favicon? Favicon is that icon on your website. Okay, when I put it here, I'll show you. Okay, so to put the favicon, you use link. Okay, so this rel and href, they are attributes for this link. Okay, so this favicon is the name of a picture which I want to use as my icon. Okay, so I got it from my file explorer again. So make sure you carry the picture and put it in your folder just like we did for the images. That's the only way that it's going to work. So on my website, this is the favicon, this SM. Okay, so that's what the favicon is. So you need to put it on your website. Okay, so far so good. The next thing we are going to see is anchor. That's A, the A element. What is this A element used for? This A element is used to create a link in your website. Is used to create a link in your website. Now let's start using it. Okay, I'm going to put it here. So I type A, then I type click here. Okay, so what's going to show as the place for the link is click here. Okay, but this A element, it requires the attribute href. Href, it requires this attribute. So this attribute is used for the link that you want, the website that you want the link to send it to. Okay, so I'm going to still use index.html. So this index.html is the name of this website here. So if you want, in this place you could put any website you want to open from your website. So you can put www dot whatever it is. Okay, so let me come and see it here. So this is my link that I just created. So the click here is showing here. So if I click on this, it will open this current website. Okay, so on your own you could put any website you want it to open. You just have to require that you have internet connection if the website is not on your laptop. Okay, now if I want to make a link that will load in another page, I'm going to use the attribute target. So target will be blank. Okay, so all these things, if you start practicing, you master them. You must not need to, cram everything. Okay, so by constant use, you are going to get used to all this. So what this target blank does is that it opens a new page. Okay, so let me click. So this was the first page, and this is a new page that it has opened. So now there are also various kinds of links. I can make a link for a telephone number or a phone. So I'll use A, then I'll write call me. So I want call me to be what is being shown. So here I'm going to use href as, so I'm going to put tel, tel. I'm going to put a semicolon to show that is a phone number. So let me put this. Okay, so you can see the call me here. So if you click on this, it will allow you to call the number which you put on that href. If you click on this, okay, I don't have internet connection, so you can look for the app that is going to make the call. Now we talked about block elements and um, line elements. So this A is a inline element. As you can observe here, I have this um, I have this, and I also have this. But on my website, both of them are on the same line. So that shows it's an inline element. Now we have an element which is called BR. So it's break line. So if we use BR, it's going to create a new line. If you use BR, it's going to create a new line. So if you see here, it has split into a new line. So that's your BR. That's good. Then this BR is also an empty element. It doesn't need a closing tag. So just put your BR and you are good. In the same way, I could also make a link for an email. So for the email, it must start with mail to and then semicolon. Then you can put the email. So I'm going to write send email. Okay. So this is, so if you click on this, it's going to open the email that you just put there. It's going to allow the user to open that email. So let me put BR. Okay. So that is it for link, right? Now, you might also decide that you want an image, to use an image as a link, right? So I'm going to show you how to do it. So first, you still have your A element, and inside the A element, you put the attribute href, which is used to show the website you want it to open. Let me still use index.html, and then let me use target blank. Okay, so but in this place we are going to now put image here. We are going to put image here. That's good. Then in this image we are going to describe, we are going to use the attribute source, the attribute src, to put the name of the image. So let me still use my favicon.jpg. Okay, so let me open it now. That's good. So this is a link. This is a link. If you click on it, it's going to open the page that you sent it to open. That's very good. So if you have followed me so far, you must have mastered lists, images, and links. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.